What's good, y'all? Welcome to Reddit Tape. Today we're going to be talking about this Week 10 matchup between the Colts and the Raiders. Obviously, it's a tough one for the Raider fans, and I'm not honestly surprised because if you was with us to the pregame show for this game, we talked about how we can't sleep on this team and that I wouldn't be surprised if we lost because we're going to talk about it. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if y'all new here. Let's get into it. Now, first things first, we got to talk about is the fact that Derek Carr. I mean, emotional as we ever seen him as we've been Raiders fans. We never seen him get on the podium and act like this in the past, to be honest, man. And it looks like he's kind of breaking down and he's shedding off these layers that we haven't seen before. The dude is out there shedding tears on the podium. Like, are you serious? I'm really surprised to even be seeing this. And the simple fact that we're sitting at 2-7 now, losing to a really terrible team in the Colts, and you got your quarterback, your leader of your football team, up there being emotional. I don't know how this is going to look. I don't know how this is going to play out. And then you move on to the superstar. Superstar of our football team, Davante Adams. We bring him over here, and it's a big old deal. He's supposed to help us propel our quarterback, help us propel this offense. And he's in the locker room in a press conference saying he has no message. There's no magic message that you could put out, and whatever they talked about in the locker room is going to be held in the locker room and one-on-one between those men. But at the same time, this team is dismantled. This team has nothing left to fight for. And when you talk about the players in the locker room, Mark Davis going to the locker room, having to talk with the players, having to be in there and have his message, who's going to get fired? Because that's apparently what the deal is right now. What everybody's expecting when the boos are in the crowd and the players are out there talking that they don't have messages, they don't have anything to say. I mean, even Amik Robertson, it goes from the top to the bottom. That even Amik Robertson had nothing to say when he said, "I don't even know how to answer to this question." So you want to talk about the fact that from Mark Davis, the owner, all the way down to a guy that's probably third or fourth on the depth chart in a position, all pretty much trying to figure out what to say. There is no message. And Davante Adams is exactly right. We're moving on to 2023, and who knows who's going to be here because apparently people expect someone to get fired. Now, do I think someone's gonna get fired? I don't think so, man. At this point, if somebody within the next 24 hours doesn't, then why would they at the end of the season? Why wait till the end of the season? Now, that's just the logic that I'm using, but I don't think anybody's gonna go anywhere. I still think it's gonna be the same coaching staff next year, and it's gonna take next year for us to have a bad record starting out before somebody does get fired. And so many people may say, well, why do we have to wait till next year? It's just a simple fact that Mark Davis hasn't fired anybody within their first year since he's been the owner. He let JDR go throughout his motions 3 to 4 years. Same thing with Gruden. Gruden had to be pushed out by some crazy events that had happened, and then he continued to move on and find this new regime. And yet, it's starting off bad, and nobody's been fired. So it looks like it's the same formula as the prior two that Mark Davis has been with. And it's just unfortunate that Derek Carr, someone that's been loyal to this organization, someone that's been around with the Raiders for this long, has to deal with everything, and we haven't been able to figure out for him to be successful. And I know I've been pretty critical of him, but at the same time, I don't have anything against Derek Carr as far as him as a man, him as a guy that's been able to represent the Raiders in a good light, especially with all the bad things that's been going on around us. Derek Carr has been one of the only good pieces. So the simple fact that is, I think it's time to start fresh everywhere. Everywhere, from the top to the bottom. Only thing I would keep is obviously Mark Davis, the owner, because he's the last thing that's left that the Raiders actually have to the originality of when everything has started with Al Davis. So you guys let me know in the comments. Do you guys think anybody's going to be fired within the next 24 hours? Do you guys think that Derek Carr could potentially even retire after this season or throughout this season because of everything that's going on? Is just too much. And we've never seen him like this. And what do you think is going to happen this 2023 offseason, man? Y'all let me know down in the comments. It's going to be a tough one to get through. We're going to have a top 5 pick, guys, so it's definitely going to be soon. We're definitely going to be looking at some mock drafts. Best believe, y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Don't forget to hit that like button, man. Don't forget to hit this subscribe button if y'all want to see more videos like this. Check out Redemption Brand if y'all want to check out some gear. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Until next time, y'all ready to tape.